and we can own that name now. But we have Crucial Chase, and we have Scarfinger in the building.
What's up, dog?
Nothing too much, man. Just hanging out.
Hey,
So what's been
I'm gonna tell you.
okay?
I'm gonna start the show off, and I'm gonna say like my baby's birthday was the other day. My
Okay.
baby's birthday was on Thursday,
Okay.
and my child is a delightfully annoying human being, and like super delightful and annoying all at the same time.
Oh yeah.
It's like because like to me, my daughter looks a lot like my ex-wife,
Mm-hmm.
but she really acts like me. But it's like, and I've said this on many occasions before, but it's like being annoyed by yourself,
Yeah.
and it's like super annoying to me. But like the cool thing about my daughter is she. I told y'all about the PlayStation thing. I don't know whether was that on the part of the show that got cut.
No, you didn't get cut. It was just me.
No. I meant the because we recorded a part of
Oh,
the show that
oh, oh. I'm not
wasn't
sure.
streamed yet.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that reminds me, I didn't start my backup. But my daughter told me that she wanted a PlayStation, so that she could play David Cage games, basically. So David Cage makes the only game of his that I've actually played was Heavy Rain.
Right.
But she wanted to play Detroit Become Human and Beyond Two Souls. But she wanted a full on fucking PlayStation just so she could play those games.
Well,
That's
it could be a
sounds,
gateway to other things too. So it's kind of like you.
uh,
Oh, I want an Xbox because I want Halo, and then it's a gateway to other things. So maybe I don't know.
that's what happened to me, to be honest. That happened to me because, like I said, pre Oxbox, I was the sports game guy. I would eventually occasionally rent other games, but for the most part, play a lot of the sports games. And like if it was like football or basketball, I pretty much played them all back in those days, whether it was the 989 stuff, or like when 2K came out of just being on the Dreamcast, and like all of the Maddens and NCAAs and all of that kind of stuff. Like that was pretty much me. Like I would play all of that stuff. That would be the stuff that I was like super excited by. And then I went over to a friend's house. They had Halo. I played Halo, and I didn't know how to use both sticks at that point. You know what I mean? Like the only time I had used both sticks prior to that was Ape Escape. You know what I mean? Like it was not anything. Like I didn't know how to control a first person shooter, so I'm like looking at the ceiling and looking at the floor, and we were playing multiplayer in Halo, and they were just fucking me up. So I went and got a payday loan. I know I've told this story on many occasions on the show. So longtime listeners know this story. So I went and got a payday loan, and I bought an Xbox with Halo, and then I learned how to play. But then that also helped me branch out into other stuff. Like one of the early things that I branched out to was KOTOR. That was one of the things that prior to anything, like I didn't know anything about it. I didn't have any interest. I just like, and my friends were just telling me like, this is awesome, you should play this. And I was like, okay, I guess. And I really, really liked the game, even though the friend who told me that I should play KOTOR spoiled the twist for me less than an hour before I got there in the game. Like, you know what I mean? I had less than an hour before I got to the twist, and he spoiled it for me. You know, on some just random, like just trying to have a conversation. Like we're just talking about the game, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't know blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Bruh, you was not supposed to tell me that. Like you was really not supposed to tell me that."
Well, the two
Kinda
sticks thing is like tough for everybody. Because I remember the first time I played Halo, I was like looking at the floor and seeing two, But now I'll go back and try to play a single stick, like I was at a buddy's house and he had a 64 hooked up. We're going to do some GoldenEye, and I was like, how did I control this? This is
Right.
horrible, you know. But it,
Well, luckily for me, I don't have any. I don't have any real 64 experience, so that'll never happen to me.
yeah, yeah. If you didn't get into like GoldenEye, then you're not gonna, because that's what I was telling Amber. Like when she was like, "I want a 64 so I can play Mario 64." I was like, because I remember those games. I was like, "Well, why don't you just get a Switch and play Mario Odyssey? Because it's Mario Odyssey is gonna look and play like how you remember Mario 64."
Right. And I mean, hopefully they'll bring back some of that virtual console stuff, because right now the only thing that we have access to is a few Nintendo games. There's rumors that they're going to add some Super Nintendo games to that the online thing, because all of the Nintendo games, there once you get their online service, you download an app and that has all of the Nintendo games in it. So hopefully they'll add more stuff to that service, because like I played a little bit of the Nintendo games. I don't play any really online Switch at all. I mean, to be honest, I barely touched my Switch in the last few weeks because I've been so like consumed by like when I play games, I've been like so consumed by trying to level up my character in live, that I just haven't done that at all. But it's one of those things to where they need to add more to the Switch and not just like adding a whole bunch of like little mini games, because like I said last week, like it's the Switch store is getting just as bad as Steam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have. He said he forgot to mention that he had to work. He waited till 0 hour to see if someone that went away.
Someone would take a shift and no one would.
Yeah. Well, it's cool, man. You know, shout out to Sam having to work for the man on Scarcasm Day.
I had to sneeze. It didn't went away, so that means it's gonna show up randomly.
There's spontaneous sneezes.
Yeah, I hate
They're
sneezing.
like ninja sneezes.
Yeah.
Just like fuck you up right in the dark.
Yep. Um, but yeah, so like I really think that they need to do something else with the Switch. Like it's it's cool for what it is. Like the only see, I didn't really the difference with me and a lot of other people is I didn't buy the Switch for the Nintendo ness of it. I bought a Switch for the portableness of it, and it just
Well,
I have
it's kind of like the when people were talking about the remasters and stuff. Nintendo kind of has to at this point, because it you can consider the Switch to be their first real console that has an actual Nintendo account that's not like that's actually attached to the internet rather than being attached to a console. So like,
but I mean the rumors are Microsoft is trying to put Xbox Live on the Switch.
right, but like they still kind of had to, because like those Wii U games that were good didn't get played because only like hardcore Nintendo heads had a fucking Wii U.
Yeah, and they just put all the Wii U shit on the Switch.
Yeah.
I heard somebody talking the other day. I was watching a video. They were doing a like putting out sales for the Switch games, and somebody brought up Zombie U on the Switch, and I'm like, holy shit! I ain't heard about Zombie U since like the beginning of the life cycle for the Wii U,
Yeah.
which is still by far the dumbest console name ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The first one was Wii. This one was Wii U. Is the next one going to be Wii U Day?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of stupid. But yeah, like having my daughter around, she wanted to. So in the PlayStation thing, I was like, well, one of the games you want to play, I already have. They gave it to us on PlayStation Plus, and then so I bought Detroit. It was lowered to $20,
Mm.
and like she played a shit ton of those, and she finally got started with Andromeda. But like she just turned 11. For an 11-year-old that basically plays The Sims, Minecraft, and Roblox a lot. All of the mechanisms, I forgot like how much is in Andromeda as far as like your like making armor and weapons and like all this like extra stuff that wasn't in the other games.
Right.
Like I completely forgot about all of that stuff. So like I have to explain everything at
But the
this point.
making armor in that game, I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't really need to. It's there if you want, if you like doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to, but like, but also like trying to explain profiles and like how you're not locked into a certain play style anymore. You can just pretty much do whatever the fuck you want.
I just
Like,
realized that the profile system in Andromeda is very similar to what they're doing with Anthem with the suits.
no, I mean, is it really?
Because you are a character and you can just like get into a different suit if you want to change up your playstyle versus
Okay, okay, I got you. And then like you can unlock different like of your abilities with that suit, right? So like you're not locked into that either.
right. So
I
that's
haven't played much of Anthem, so I'm
yeah.
asking.
Yeah, I haven't played much of it either, but I played more than you. But yeah, that's what I liked about that system over like Destiny, because Destiny you would like be like, oh well, we need a Titan, so I have to like log out completely and get into my other character. When in this one, you just get into another suit, it's your same character. You know what I mean? If you actually need
Right.
like the tough guy or whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed what I played. But so what people were like complaining about is why is Google just like activated? But I enjoyed what I played, but like so whatever people like were complaining about, I just didn't get to. So it's kind of like
Right.
enjoying Destiny, but then people not understanding why people were hating it because you didn't actually get to the grinding. You know?
Right. Yeah, that's kind of where I am when it comes to Destiny. I enjoy Destiny up until the grindy parts.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of grinding. I don't have a whole lot of game time these days. So like the grind is a little bit different in a game like Live, where like all I'm doing is just playing and my character is leveling up on the way. There's not a cap, and it was just like, well, you need to grind for this before you're able to do X thing. No, I can play a basketball game. Amber just said hello. What's up, Amber? I just pulled up the chat on YouTube. Um,
Oh, well,
I
oh, there she is. I just saw it. What's up,
Yeah.
Amber?
So like it's different because like no matter what my level is in Live, I can still play a basketball game and I'm not really locked out of anything. Like there are things that you can unlock, but you unlock those by winning tournaments and such. So like I'm not really locked out of I'm not really like locked behind a level cap. It's about skill and how I use my character. If I can win these games, then
Yeah,
if I
grinding
can,
used to be like grinding kind of changed its meaning with like Destiny type games, because like at one time grinding just because you grind in Borderlands, because there's certain times where you're like you're not gonna beat Crag or whatever until you go kill a bunch of enemies and level up. Going and killing a bunch of enemies and leveling up is fun.
I
Trying
can in the
to
building.
trying to fucking grind to get a certain pair of boots is not fun. What's up, Arcana Man?
What's your favorite type of porn? Amber asked. Foot fetish.
Oh, cool. Learned something about Scarfinger today.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I mean, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. Man. I mean, like, if we, if I mean, there's no reason for me to lie about it. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's
I've been. Like, and see, here's the thing. Like, I used to be. I
okay.
used to
Az,
be.
you might want to like fast forward a little bit.
No, there's nothing like I'm just talking about myself, and I just said like what kind of porn I was into. Like I'm not like describing anything, but like I used to like be like deep into porn. I don't know if I would say that I had an addiction, but like things weren't going well at home, so like it's the reason why I'm divorced. So I would watch a lot of porn just so I can, satisfy some urges or whatever like that. And I've been down some rabbit holes, bruh. I've been down some real rabbit holes with this shit. Like, there was one time I was into parodies. Like, I was into parodies of things that I knew. You know what I mean? Like, I went down like several different, like, when I became a father, I liked hairy chicks. You know what I mean? Like, no, hairy bushes. Because I was a father of a little girl, and like watching women who were shaved just kind of felt wrong to me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it didn't feel right because like you don't have to deal with this. Um, you don't have to deal with this because like you have two boys, but like when you're a father and you become the father of a little girl, you have to completely reprogram how you view women, like especially how you view your spouse, because those things that really turned you on about your spouse may be in your daughter, and like you can't have those feelings about your daughter that you used to have about her mom. So you have to completely reprogram your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a process. Like you don't have to deal with this shit at all. Like because you have two little boys. But like holy fuck is that's a long drawn out process. I can't watch, like I don't watch a whole lot now, but like I can't watch anything if she looks too young. If she looks too young, I'm out. Like because I have an 11-year-old daughter, like so like if she looks, like I had to go to Milfs and Jips for a little bit because I just couldn't.
Right. Yeah, because
You know?
I never understood how like these dudes can be like in their like late 40s, and they have, even if they have sons, right? And they'll be like, look at this hot girl, and she's like 23 or something, and I'm like, that's the same age as your kids, man. What the fuck?
Right. Like
I know it's legal, but it's still weird.
men are creepy like that. Like and like here's the thing. Until you say that, like you do realize you got kids her age, right? You have a daughter her age. Like they don't even think about it. That thought never comes across their minds. And I'm like, how did you not think of this? Like, how did you not think of this at all? You're talking about someone else's daughter that looks possibly the same age as your daughter, and like you don't feel anything for that other dude at the very least, like not even like about how you feel about her because that's still wrong, but like how do you not feel anything for that other father?
I bet that one
Because
guy didn't have a daughter when he said "fuck her in the pussy" on live TV.
I'm pretty sure he had a daughter then. I mean, but that same guy said that if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he would date her.
Yeah.
So
And
that guy's creepy.
we're talking about the president.
Yeah, that guy's fucking creepy. Like how he talked about his daughter was fucking creepy.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what else to say there. It's just absolutely fucking creepy. But
This was a rabbit hole. Thanks, Amber.
yeah,
That's the new thanks. Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Amber.
yeah. Um but yeah, so I played a well, I watched her play a lot. I didn't play very much myself until she got stuck. See, here's the problem with someone wanting to play games on a PlayStation that don't own a PlayStation and play games that have what's it called? Uh I keep thinking QTEs.
Right.
You play the games that you want to play have QTEs, which require you to press the buttons faster than you can think about it. But if you don't know the buttons because you don't play PlayStation, that becomes a problem. So like, there's a few times where she was just like, "Daddy, I need you to do this," and I'm like, "Well,
I never understood that, man, because I went from Xbox to PlayStation to Xbox, and if I see Y, I know that's up there. You know what I mean? If I see triangle, I know it's up there. It's like,
no, it's a. I will say this: being originally a PlayStation person and then going to Xbox.
the hardest thing is that X button.
Well, the hardest thing is the X button on all of the consoles because they all have an X button. They're all in a different position.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you the hardest thing is playing a game on the Switch and then going back to playing a game on the Xbox. It's really fucking confusing because you press basically the same buttons, but they're in swapped positions.
Yeah, like the actual A button would be where the B button would be.
Right, like so that is confusing. Like when I started playing live after playing a lot of Switch, I was fucking everything up. Like it was bad. I mean, so like when I switched, like it was a lot of me looking at the controller to try to figure out, like I had to originally with the Xbox, I had to program my brain to think about the colors as opposed to what the button was.
Mm-hmm.
So like by thinking of the colors instead of the button, that helped me get through the Xbox hump. And like when I finally got back to PlayStation, when I bought a PS3, I bought a cross battle because I bought a cross battle thinking that would help me ease into the PlayStation 3. A cross battle is a little device that you plug a wired controller into and you can use a wired 360 controller on your PlayStation.
I know you have an X button, girl.
But like that made the transition to PlayStation worse because I get button prompts and now I don't have those buttons in my hand, so I have to think about where those buttons are supposed to go. But I did the cross battle because the PS3 triggers were terrible.
Yeah. And I did play some Call of Duty on the PS3 using single shot weapons like a pistol or like some sort of single shot rifle was legit because it didn't have that pull to from here to here. It was just you pressing that button, so it's like boom, 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 you could like fire off that thing fast as fuck with that PS3 controller.
But here's the biggest problem. For the PS3, a lot of the early shooters you shot with R1.
Yeah, I got used to that too. I had to switch Destiny to the R1.
It took me a long time to get used to that. I actually, with my cross battle, I actually damaged my right bumper on my wired controller that has a short in it now, but it is permanently inset because I broke it just shooting with R1 on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but on the PS3 controller, that's the ones I forgot about those freaking triggers, but those triggers were terrible because they were in, so your finger would slip off of it when you're trying to pull it in. But like the bumper ones are what I use.
I bought some of those little plastic nubs that you put on the thing to make them more trigger like. It kind of served its purpose, but it was kind of.
Yeah, I got used to the bumper shooting, but then I had to get back used to the trigger shooting when I got the PS4 because they went towards actual trigger shooting then.
Yeah.
But if you were used to it, that most of the PS4 games you could change it back, at least the earlier ones.
A lot of the PlayStation 3 games you couldn't change. That bothered me so much. That's the reason why I got into the Resistance games more than I probably should have, because you could change it to the triggers. And like Uncharted broke my controller. Like that bumper, that was playing Uncharted. I broke my bumper while trying to get through Uncharted. So, I need you to feel for a minute.
Okay.
Just
Well,
hold on.
actually, I'll just mute.
No, but you're live. So, like, talk to the people.
Hey, what's up, people? We're live. If you didn't know we were
Or
live,
just talk to Amber.
hey Amber. You said, did you know that Chase has a bottle of lotion in his game? Shut the fuck up. That is not even for that. I don't even do anything like that in here. But yeah, guys, get us up there. But there, yeah. I am not very good at filibustering or whatever you call it. I need someone to talk. I'm a social butterfly. I need someone to talk to. I can't podcast by myself. Dude, these dudes that can podcast by themselves, man, hats off to you. Scar can. Scar can talk to himself like all day long. But me, can't do it. I know I'm talking to myself right now, but I'm talking about talking to myself. So it's not like I'm talking about anything that's really worthwhile. It's waiting for the Scarfinger. So yeah, if you guys are listening on the podcast, on the audio format, check us out on YouTube because this gets real in here sometimes, especially when Amber joins. Got Arcana, the 97th Arcana. He's not the first, but he's definitely not the last. The fuck, Chase. Goddamn Scar, come back. Save me from myself. Sounds like a Linkin Park song. So maybe that's what I can do. Like, if Linkin Park wants to make a new album, just like put me on a podcast by myself, and then just take just random shit that I say and make them Linkin Park songs. And then it rubs the lotion on its skin, or the hose comes out again. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or the hose come out again. Oh! Oh, fuck you, Scar. Leaving me here by myself. Oh. You guys could see my... I really feel like fucking with the camera though. Got a Pixel 3. Yeah. Ooh. In the back of the Pixel you can see... It's like... Phoneception. What if I sold like little garden ponds for people, and like I had koi fish, and but I was like really into post punk and did the whole thing post punk themed. So the ponds and stuff and the whole company is called Koi Division. Oh my god. I didn't even mute my mic. You guys are gonna hear me vape. Fuck y'all. Leave me here by myself. There's a burp. You know, it's weird that like air gets trapped inside of your body and wants to come out of your butthole or your throat. So I guess farts and burps are the same thing. It's just one likes the butt and the other likes the mouth. Don't change the subject. Is there a subject? Has there been a subject of this conversation here by myself? I'm almost done with this beer too. It's always sad when you get to the bottom. You're just drinking beer and spit. One guy on a horse. What are you typing? Just like random. Show the lotion. Get it. Don't change the subject. Get the lotion. One guy on a horse. What the fuck? What is he doing? Scarfinger, ready with his Scarfinger. If you do the bad thing, he will point at you with the Scarfinger. What is this? Is that a beer? Hey, look, I have service. I'm not looking up any video called One Guy, One Horse. Y'all can look up at a video called One Guy, One New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. That's the video that you guys are watching. Pretty sad video. Finally, goddamn.
All of a sudden, I feel very bad. I do not feel good. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Please tell me.
I
suffered.
I had a doctor's appointment a while ago, and they told me to that I had to change a few of my habits. And I did. I stopped eating as much junk food and like a lot of stuff. But I kind of went back a little bit on my old ways this weekend, like hanging out with my daughter since Thursday. And I think some of that is coming back to haunt me. Like I feel really sick to my stomach right now. But so if I tell you that you got to feel, bro, you got to feel, because I feel like I might hurl.
But you want to? We've been talking for 32 minutes. You want to call it?
No, I do not. There's things to talk about, sir.
There is things to talk about, but not by myself. If I have to feel, I get nervous, man. I'm not. You're not.
I'm not nervous. You're just talking to the people. Like this is easy. This is the easy part. Like all you have to do is just talk about Persona.
I like talking to you.
Look. This is the easy part. This is what you do.
You haven't heard what happened. I was just talking to myself, and Ember's bringing up things like, watch the video called One Guy, One Horse. Hey, Chase has lotion in his fucking like game room, and I'm like, it's not even for that. Leave me alone.
Who uses lotion? Like, okay, let's be honest. Like, you're like, lotion is for like teenagers who don't have access to stuff like Astroglide. Like, let's be honest. Like, when you're an adult, you can go buy you some Astroglide and have yourself a real good fucking time. Like, there's no reason for you to have lotion as a fucking adult. You're an adult. You can go in that section and buy some real slippery shit to have yourself a real good fucking time. Like, you don't need any lotion anymore, dude. Like, fuck out of here.
A horse comes in a man's butthole.
Okay, I don't. I have no desire to see that. That did something weird like that kind of happened to me before through my email. I had a when I was going to porn sites, and a lot of the old sites you had to register.
She spelled my name like if I was going to be like exhibit. But it's like Exhaze.
Okay. I had to sign up for a website, so I created a Yahoo account so that I could send everything to that Yahoo account. And then I started getting some weird emails to that account. And one of them was like a like, hey, you need to check this out. And I'm like, what do I need to check out? Like, this is where I send all of my porn stuff. So I clicked on it, and it was like a bunch of like bestiality pictures. And like, I was like, delete, 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 delete. I want nothing to do with this shit. Like, so fucking fast. Like the fastest I could possibly do it on the fucking 56K modem, like, you know, internet. Like I was like the fastest I could possibly fucking do that shit.
You try to delete that faster than you fap.
No, it won't no fapping. Not to that. Nope, not at all. Zero. Like, I don't understand how people can even do that. We shouldn't really talk too much about porn, you know, any kind of porn or bestiality or anything like that. That'll probably get us flagged for some shit. But I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. There's a lot of things about porn that I don't understand. Like like the videos with excrement. Like why do people do that? I don't understand. Like, and why is this a thing? Why is this a thing enough for people to want to connect to other people who are into this thing? Like, I don't get that. You know, like pedophiles. Like, I don't get like being into like kids. Like, that seems like I don't even see why that would even interest somebody. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just a lot of things like that I just don't get. But we need to get off this subject real fast. You know what? I got a real topic changer for you.
It's like the saltines. Give me the saltines.
I have been watching a new TV show.
Okay.
I have been watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're like, let's have a palate cleanser. Yay, let's talk about something. Handmaid's Tale. Fuck.
Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard about it.
There is some weird shit happening in The Handmaid's Tale. Like, it's like, but the way the story is told, like, it's really compelling. But there is some fucked up shit that's happening to the characters, especially the women of this story. And like you want to walk away because of the fucked up thing that's happening to the women, but like the woman that the fucked up things that are happening to is like the star of the show. So like at some point you're hoping something is going to work out in her favor, so you keep watching because it's like it's a real compelling story about how much this how this country can change in an instant. I'm not paying attention to the chat at all.
Instead of YouTube, you should watch LubeTube.
Yeah, she's doing that to you. So I'm just not going to pay attention to the chat.
Well, LubeTube sounds like a channel that like
about people who work on cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like, is so far as like really. It's like half and half. Like sometimes it's like really compelling, like you really want to know what's gonna happen next, or you want to know like how shit got fucked up so bad. But then on the other hand, you're just like, this is a real fucked up shit,
right?
And I have no idea. You know, sometimes you're like, I don't know why I'm watching this, and sometimes you're like, yeah, I want to know what the fuck is happening here. Like, so it's really it's a real balance there. But so far, I wouldn't necessarily call it enjoyable. I'm on like episode 8 of the first season or something like that, 7 or 8.
Well, I mean, the older I've gotten, I've got like to where it's not that I'm like against it. I just don't. I have limited time, so I don't really want to watch something that's like that. But the thing is, I'm pretty cool with a lot of shit like that most of the part. You know, to where I can say this is something that is really important and needs to be said. It's not something that is to be enjoyed. You know,
right? But here's the weirdest dichotomy of the Handmaid's Tale. It's now, but because the society goes to more of a puritanical society and how they dress and like the structure of their society is like really stinking weird. Like they're dressed like Puritans, and then like she'll go to the doctor, and when she walks in the building, everything is modern. And like is like that dichotomy is like really interesting, because the way that they dress, and like they basically look, they basically color coordinated half of our society. All of the women are color coordinated based off of their usefulness to the society.
Right.
And it's just kind of weird. Like like the handmaids that all just wear red. And they don't wear nothing else. They just wear red. All of the wives of the big dogs, they all wear like blue. And like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's weird. And like all of their clothes is exactly the same. Like the person who has the easiest job in that show is the costume designer.
You know why the wives of the big dogs wear blue? It's because blue man rules.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, so I've been watching that. I did go back, and my girl and I watched a little bit of like the beginning of Black Mirror. But that's all of the same stuff I've already spoken on before.
Yeah.
Black Mirror's Black Mirror.
Yeah, I haven't watched too much, man. Not that I can like think of off the top of my head, but but I have played a couple of different things, man.
Okay, what have you played?
I have played. Well, I have been playing a lot of The Witcher 3, and
move your mic up a little bit. You're popping. Your P's are popping.
Oh, yeah, my little cover is missing. I don't know. It's really easy to come off, and I'm not like one of the kids might have grabbed it off. But anyway,
you got it.
But anyway, but yeah, The Witcher 3's been really good. I played Witcher 2 like when it first come out, and really enjoyed that. And I was like, when Witcher 3 come out, and everyone was like, "Oh, Witcher 3, Witcher 3, Witcher 3, Witcher 3." I was like, none of you guys were like talking about Witcher 2 when I was playing that, but whatever. But yeah, Witcher 3 like blows 2 out of the water. It's really good. And I'm gonna hold off on it because I get a new graphics card tomorrow, so I kind of want to be able to just hold off on it and let it play it on something higher than medium.
That tax money, dog.
Yeah, man. But actually, we did pretty good on our tax money. Like I upgraded my computer.
No, you don't. Mm-mm. I'm black. That's how you get robbed. Do not talk about what you got with your tax money. Like for real. Like that's how you get robbed.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying we did good. Like, oh, look what we got. I'm saying that all I did was upgrade my computer, but everything else was like paying shit off, paying my car off. I paid my car off. Paid 3 months worth of rent. We
See, this is why you shouldn't tell all of this stuff, because you say I paid my car off. That's cool. So now if I steal your car, then like the people who really own the car are not going to come looking for me because you paid it off. This is why you shouldn't talk about what you do with your taxes. You should never go into too much detail about what you do with your taxes. That's a surefire way of getting robbed.
You're the one that brought up the tax shit.
I brought up the taxes just briefly. I didn't say like I wasn't going into detail about what you did with your taxes. I'm just saying like tax money, you get a graphics card. That's cool. Like like I ain't say about the rest of what you got.
Right. Okay, Scar. Okay. I'm very trusting.
Okay, but
yeah, Witcher 3, young hold off on it so I can play it like a little bit higher resolution, and then I played a game called Mutant Year Zero, and it came in the Humble Bundle, and that's like really cool. It's like kind of a turn-based strategy, but you're like mutants. Like one dude's a duck and one dude's a pig, and like
Yeah, I was one of my favorite YouTubers started playing that, and I tried to watch the first episode, but he had played prior to that episode, so like he understood way more about it than I was ever going to, and I was just lost, especially at the turn-based nature of it. I was just kind of like,
wait, it seems sort of like even though there's turns, you're still moving around kind of like real time. So like you can, so if you want to put your dude up on the Overwatch, you can say actually if you want to put your dude up on a perch, you can put him in Overwatch. You're not trying to aim at anybody, but if someone moves in your area, your dude's going to automatically shoot at his ass.
like XCOM.
Yeah.
Like what people say about XCOM. I haven't played XCOM.
Yeah, I haven't played it either. So it is probably like a lot like XCOM, but I seem to like the story of this more than I was interested in XCOM. XCOM just seemed like, oh, I'm shooting aliens. That's cool. You know, but this seems kind of interesting, you know? Like, I'm a fucking duck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Witcher 3 has been really good, man. Like,
Damn it, I can't put fucking. So like I guess the show title is going to be I'm a Duck.
but yeah. Oh, I never did get around to trying that Deep Rock Galactic out this weekend. I guess you didn't either.
No, because I was with my daughter, and like, so I personally I've played very little since Thursday. I've watched quite a bit, but I've played very little since then.
Yeah, I installed it and everything and didn't even get around to playing it, but it does look really cool though. I think it would probably be it seems like something we would be into. But
Yeah, I watched a little bit. It seemed really interesting, but I'm like, I don't know. I know that the price is going to go up on it soon, and it's going to come off a sale, but I just don't know when I'm going to have time, because also I don't even know when I'm going to have time to play the beta for the new Killing Floor update.
right. Oh,
Which I'm all about.
My graphics card, which is totally not with tax refund money, you know, is it comes with the Division 2 and Resident Evil 2. So I'll have the Division 2 on PC.
On PC, like everybody's going PC, and I'm like, bruh, I don't want to.
Because I don't like calling people names and making people like. I'm going PC because I don't want to offend anybody.
I'm just really. I don't want it on PC because I don't want to play sitting right here. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to play sitting right here. Like, I want to be sitting on the couch chilling, with as much time as that game is going to require. Like, I would rather be, sitting on my couch.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I'm not getting it on PC. Or at least, like,
hook that Steam link up, man. You should at least try it out to see how well it works.
Everyone says that it works like shit if it's
yeah, that's what everyone says, but at least try it out and see how it works.
All of my stuff is wireless at this point, except for my Xbox and my PlayStation.
Yeah, but just see how it works. Just try it out for yourself so you can see it in your own eyes. Play some Killing Floor.
I still have the box. Like, the box is, I still have it. It's in the box. I've never opened that box.
Yeah.
I mean, I paid $1.50 for it or some shit like that. Like, am I really that concerned about something? I spent $1.50 on it. Like, I spend more, like, just randomly.
Don't treat it what you pay. Treat it what it's worth. If you bought it right now, it'd be $50.
I don't know why it would be $50.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so you played that game and you like it?
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. Like, and because I was weary about games like that to where, like, I'm down with turn-based, but when it comes to turn-based strategy, there's a whole nother like thinking going on. So it's not just like my turn, your turn. It's my turn, but am I in the right spot? Am I going to get fucked? Am I going to get flanked? You know what I mean? So, but so far, like, I think I could learn it to just because it looks like it's probably have a pretty good story. But but yeah, and that and Witcher 3 just kind of going between those two.
Okay. I played a little bit of live, just trying to level my character up, but like, um, it's like I said, I play the version that's basically like a basketball RPG.
Yeah.
But like what happens is you pick basically your class, but you have like three archetypes in each class. That's how they explain it to someone that doesn't play basketball games. But it's you if you think of it more as an RPG, um, if you think of it more as an RPG, it kind of works out a little bit better for you. So I have just leveled up my first archetype, and now I'm switching to a different one. And I don't know how this is gonna go. But that's cool. But I'm actually gonna switch to a completely different character also and try to level that character up. I really wish I would have done this during All Star Weekend because they had double XP,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have leveled up my other characters like really fast. But I was still stuck on this one. Um, so I Ooh, that was loud. The beginning of that was really loud. I don't know what happened. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit of live. I am interested in I am interested in playing Detroit now. I didn't have much interest before. I know I liked Heavy Rain. I didn't care to I didn't care about Beyond at all. But Detroit seems super interesting. And like my daughter is playing through this game and I'm sitting there with her. And like what she doesn't know is like she's basically playing an allegory of race relations. There's a lot of like race relation stuff in the thing about the androids themselves trying to integrate into society, and some of them are trying to become a they're trying to become as close to a human as they possibly can.
Hence the name.
Yeah,
Detroit Become Human.
right. Um, yeah, Detroit Become Human is the game. I'm paying attention to the chat, but I'm not responding to Amber at all. She's like, she keeps saying, "Pay attention to me, Scar." No, because like I've already derailed the show enough by leaving for a few minutes. So like, but yeah, I'm interested in that. I did not watch very much of Beyond because I put my PlayStation in the room, so she played that in the room. I only helped her with one part. I only helped her survive one part because quick time events, and she just wasn't getting it. She kept having to look at the controller. So because you're trying to derail us, and so like that, and then and like her starting Andromeda really makes me want to play Andromeda again. Like it super makes me want to play Andromeda again, and I may end up playing Andromeda again when I have the time at some point
Yeah,
because
I think
I
Andromeda is good, man.
yeah,
Like it's a good game. It just had it's a good game with a rough launch. You know another game that had a rough launch, fucking Battlefield 3, and everyone talks a lot of. I mean, I know you're out of that because you just don't like Battlefield at all. But
yeah, but it did have a rough launch.
People talk about Battlefield 3 as being like one of the best Battlefields, but it had a rough launch. I was there. It was bad.
Yeah, so it's there's a few games that had rough launches that people really love. Like, does anybody remember the Left 4 Dead launch?
Um, no, I not the launch because I got it like a couple months afterwards.
Yeah, the Left 4 Dead launch was bad, like really bad. I was lagging in single player. Like that's
Uh,
how bad. That's how bad it was. It was like really bad. Does anybody remember the Mass Effect launch? Mass Effect, for me, I know a lot of people didn't have the same issues that I had. Mass Effect 1 was fucking unplayable until the 360 came out with the feature where you can install the game to the hard drive. The game was absolutely fucking unplayable until I could install it to the hard drive. For me, I know, like I said, a lot of people didn't have the same issues, so I can't. It's not your fault that you didn't have the same issues, but those were issues that I was having. The game was damn near unplayable, but it's a game that everyone loves, including
What? Oh, he was saying, what game were you talking about before Detroit?
What game was I talking about before Detroit? Uh, Basketball Live, NBA Live 19.
Okay.
Was that the game I was talking about? Yeah, but I was I had to, for Chase, who doesn't play basketball games, I had to put it in RPG terms.
Yeah.
So
He
like,
probably been like, man, this game sounds awesome. It's like an RPG, and you can also play basketball. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
yes, it is. It is definitely a basketball RPG, and it's kind of a it like Live has like different components. Like you can take your character and you can play through just like tournaments and stuff like that. Where it's basically like a lot of street ball, or you can play or you can play for an actual team. Like you can try out and you can get drafted to an actual team. There's even like a base defense type game inside of Live where you unlock players through different types of things to do. You can unlock it by playing through your progression. Some of it, they have like events where you can unlock even people from the community. Like if anybody who like goes to like ever watched the AN1 mixtapes and stuff like that, like they had a thing where you can unlock the professor. All you had to do was just beat him in a game. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like really crazy. And they have like rappers and all kinds of shit. Like one of the people that I have defending my court basically is Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco or whatever. He used to play for the Bengals. And like like they have stuff like that all the time, like all kinds of different stuff. So you get like people to put in your party to as a part of your base defense mechanic. So there's a lot of things inside of Live that's not just about is not just about basketball. Like basketball is the core of it, but there's a lot of other things like the RPG mechanics, like the base defense mechanics, and all kinds of extra stuff.
Yeah, that's what kind of got us into Forza. Like, we started playing Forza 2, and we were like, hey, this is kind of like an RPG. And then we kind of got into it. You know what I mean?
I didn't really get too deep into Forza 2, but I will say this. I loved the auction house. I loved the auction house and like buying cars and seeing what people designed and like just doing enough racing and stuff like that to get enough money to go to the auction house and buy yourself a cool looking car. Like, you know what I mean? Like I had like a VW Bug that had like South Park on the side. And then I got screwed. I was in a party chat with an old friend of mine from the Halo 2 days. And we're playing Forza, and I'm in the auction house, and I say, "Yo, they got like I don't know, was a Charger or a Challenger, one of those. They're both kind of interchangeable for me, but one of those cars, somebody had designed it to look like they had the same kind of design as some Jordans.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in the auction house, and I'm like, yo, they made a Charger. I'm just gonna say it's a Charger. They made a Charger look like some Jordans, and like I looked it up to tell him which Jordans they look like and all that kind of stuff. And we're in the chat, and he's just kind of like, You say what kind of car is it? And then I'm like, yeah, that. And then he's just like, oh, and you're in the auction house, right? Yeah. So like I'm waiting, the auction is about to close, and then all of a sudden, right before the auction fucking closes, somebody outbids me. It was him. He went to look for the fucking car because I was talking about the fucking Charger that looks like Jordan's. And he at the last minute, he outbid me for the fucking car that looked like Jordan's because because he played the game more than me and had more money than I did. Bastard.
That's funny, man.
Are you guys getting Devil May Cry 5? I'm not one of those action game fans. Blue is, and he is a huge Devil May Cry fan.
See, here's the thing.
He said that he's not into this shit.
I'm not getting Devil May Cry 5 because I played Devil May Cry the original on the PS2, and I played like at least 75% of it, and there was a boss I couldn't get past. And but then when I played DMC, Ninja Theory's joint, everyone was shitting on it because like Dante looked different and it had a different art style and whatnot. But that game played so much better than any fucking Devil May Cry game ever. And then I heard from Rojas, who also has the same sentiments that I do, that Devil May Cry 5 plays more like the originals, which to me is not as good controls. It's more loose.
It's a step back.
Yeah, it's more loose. It's more nostalgic, I guess. But like DMC was just so tight. Like Ninja Theory had their shit together when it comes to the mechanics. Yeah, I don't care what you think about the art style or whatever. That game played amazing. But so I don't think, because I can get it for free with my Gravex card, but I'm gonna go with Division and Resident Evil rather than Devil May Cry 5, because I can pick two out of the three.
And also, the Division is just a better choice
because I can play it with people, you know.
Right? Yeah, it's not a solitary experience. And the reason why I want to play the Division is because it's not a solitary experience. But here's my problem with the Division 2. Almost everybody I know getting it on PC.
I'm getting it because it goes fucking free. But because I was actually going to get it where you got it, but I'm getting it for free, so I can't really.
Amber says she likes to play The Sims 4 to escape for a bit, but that's just her. Oh, we never did answer her question about the 5 games we come back to.
Well, we were going to do that as separate podcasts, or not podcasts, yes. But we were going to record it separately and edit it together, right?
Yes, or we can release them separately from each other. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah. It can all just.
But you're the only one that uploads them, so.
Yeah, we can do it either way, however you want to. I can put mine together. I was supposed to record mine the other day, and then something happened that I can't really talk about.
And when she was saying, like, no Mass Effect, it wasn't that you can't pick Mass Effect. It's that you can't pick Mass Effect for each one.
Well, technically, I would only choose 2 out of the 4.
Which is Mass Effect 2?
I would choose 2 and 3. I'm not choosing 1, and I'm not choosing Andromeda, even though I really liked Andromeda. It's not a game I've been back to quite often. Right. I finished the game twice, but the second time doesn't even count. I did a new game plus. I just switched which character I was. Right. So I just blazed through the second time because I still had all of the shit from when I played with Sarah, and so I played through the game as Scott, and I still had all of the shit from Sarah. So like that game was like super easy. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, we will definitely get to that. At the very least, you will have mine sometime during the week. But she should do hers.
She should.
I invited everyone to do theirs. The Sims is a weird thing for me because I played a lot of the original Sims, mm-hmm. and then I played a little bit of The Sims 2, but I only played it back when there used to be a place in Newport News called DC Software where you could rent PC games. like how you like rent games from everywhere else, you can rent PC games. So I only had it for a little bit, and then I just kind of got out of that and went more of the tycoon game route. Uh, and then my daughter was super into The Sims, and she was super into four. So I bought four for myself, so I could, because I thought there was a multiplayer component to it. Apparently, it's not. And like I had no fucking idea how to even control the thing. It was going to take like me to basically take some classes on how the fuck to play The Sims again.
Right.
So I just created a bunch of characters. I created families and stuff, put it in my gallery for my daughter to download.
Yeah, yeah, she's getting like stuck in her ways with games like it's come pretty much Mass Effect or The Sims. I'll be like, hey, it's been a while since we played some Borderlands, man. Let's play some Borderlands, and she's like, nah, I think I want to play some Sims or something. And I was like, man, I want to play some Borderlands.
She plays The Sims on console too, right?
No, she plays on PC.
Oh, okay. I tried to
Yeah,
put my daughter on. I tried to put my daughter on the Xbox version, and she was like, she almost said "fuck no." Like that's how bad it was.
yeah, I got it for the PS4, and because it was finally available on the PS4, and she was like, yeah, this isn't good, but But yeah, I gave her my Origin account because I'm pretty good. I normally like buy things even if for somebody else in the family on my account because you normally can share it between profiles on consoles and on Steam. You can family share and everybody just sign in on a computer or whatever computer.
Yeah, but is the Steam thing weird? Like you can do the family share, but like as long as you aren't playing on your family.
Yeah,
I mean you aren't playing the game.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. But since we only had one computer, like we're not going to be playing at the same time anyway, so it kind of worked out. But Origin doesn't have anything like that, so I just gave her
Not at all.
my account because I instead of making her a new one and then rebuying all that fucking shit, I just gave her my old account and I was like, yeah, I'll just rebuy my Mass Effect or whatever games I want, and because the only thing I really played on Origin was Mass Effect, and then I realized if you own Mass Effect on the Steam, you can take that CD key that you get from Steam and activate it on Origin to get Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Well, a long time ago on Origin, they gave away Mass Effect 2 for free. And here's the thing. I was going to try it until I realized that I was going to have to buy all that DLC over again. And I'm like, nope. I'm not even going to start this shit. I'm not trying to start again. I'm not trying to start Mass Effect with the base game. It's like, like once you, like, someone can offer you a pizza and it's like a cheese pizza and you're like, yeah, but I'm used to my pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms. So like, why would if I want a pizza, I want my pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms. I don't really want a cheese pizza again.
Right.
And that's how it was with Mass Effect on Origin. I claimed it, but like I'm just kind of like
they've done good now. Like
that's a cheese pizza.
At one point they were all separate and they were all full price, but now they're in bundles, so they're a lot easier to digest. Because I bought all the DLC on her account now, but for like $20 because they were like half off, and they're like 30 or something. Like it's $30 for like all the DLC, So it was like $15 each. So pretty much for $30, I got all the DLC for 2 and 3.
Amber says she got to go. She loves you, but she has to finish cleaning. Hopefully, part of that cleaning is your dirty mind. Bam, 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 bam. Finger guns, finger guns, finger guns, finger guns. But yeah, thank you for coming by. I had to walk away from the dirty mind thing because that was going to lead me down a dark path. Like I had already started talking about my porn stuff.
We got to keep AC Rockside listening, man. We can't lose any listeners at that point.
I didn't get too far away from it. But see, here's the thing about the whole AZ Rockslide thing, where his thing was a porn addiction. So like on some level, we connected. We could connect there.
Yeah.
That's a connection point. Like, like I had a problem. I'm not sure it was an addiction. It was more of a slight compulsion.
Yeah.
It wasn't an addiction for me, so it wasn't anything that like once I was in a new relationship and I actually had sex a lot, like I didn't need it anymore. So,
I had to
so
say that wasn't for you, Arcana. That was to us. Because it's that she was responding to us. She was like, laugh out loud. Nope. But then it was right after Arcana said, see you, Amber. And she's like, laugh out loud. Nope. So that it was like, I was like, just to make sure that he knew that she wasn't just, just giving him the nope.
right, like I got on Twitter, but yeah. So I don't know if I have a whole lot of anything else. I I've been kind of slow with the painting. I was, there was a while where I just was kind of not feeling like myself. I had a health issue, and I was taking some new pills, and I just didn't feel like myself for a while. So I wasn't really painting. I just kind of didn't feel like doing anything, and I think it was the pills, because once I slowed down with the pills, I kind of felt like painting again. It's just like my last few paintings have kind of been not as good, so I got to kind of get back into the practice a little bit. But so videos are coming again. It's been a little weird. I'm still for anyone who hasn't checked out the YouTube channel, please subscribe. Even if you don't plan on, even if you don't hit the notification bell or whatever like that, please subscribe. Once I get to 50 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway for a painting. And I don't know whether it's going to be a painting that the winner chooses the colors and the style, or I just make one and just do it that way. Um, so I don't know yet. I'll probably do a custom painting for someone, whoever wins. But when I get to 50 subscribers, then I'm going to do a giveaway, and it should be pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
So yeah. So that's going to happen soon. I'm at 30 something. Um, after the shout out from Meef, I've gotten a lot of I've gotten a few new subscribers. At one point, I was stuck at like 20 subscribers for like a long time, and now I'm getting closer to 40. So we're getting close to that point. So go subscribe to the Facebook page. Like, even if you subscribe to the Facebook page and then you mute it all, I don't care. Just subscribe.
Yeah, Meef has your back, man. Yeah, we need to crash a party, man. Because apparently,
Okay, so here's the thing. Um, I still haven't, the last one that I made of the toy dinosaur, I still haven't sent it yet.
uh-huh.
And I don't know. Let's see. Here's the thing. I know Meef listens to the show, but I don't know if he watches. So this is going to be a thing for the people who actually watch the show. So I made this one for Meef. This is the toy dinosaur painting.
Nice.
And while I was waiting to actually send it out, I did some other stuff with the colors. I did some other stuff with the colors, and so that's gonna be a thing. See, if Meef doesn't watch the video, he's not gonna have any idea what's going on here. So that makes him go watch the video.
Well,
But yeah,
we got to crash a party, man. Maybe instead of sending them out, maybe he can wait until May something, because apparently he's gonna be in Raleigh for some sort of.
visual gags on a mostly audio podcast. But see here, the problem with that is the last part of that. Is it should be for man, not for men.
Well, what I was saying is like apparently he's gonna be in Raleigh for some sort of land party or something. We need to crash that party. Go meet us some meef, and you can give him those paintings in person. I don't want no lotion.
I've met Meef before.
Yeah, but I haven't.
Right. I'll try to figure something out. She's just derailing the end of the show. This is undoubtedly the end of the show. I'm going to try to play some. Hopefully by the time of the next show, I'm going to try something new, whether it's Detroit or something else. I'm going to try something new, so I finally have something new to talk about. I figure that we really need like more new things to talk about. At least this show I had Handmade to talk about, so that ended up being something new. So that's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna try to do at least one new thing a week, so that I have something more to talk about on the show. I can kind of hear like little like bits and pieces of like what's happening in the background. I just wanted you to know that. Even when you mute it, there's like little bits and pieces. I don't know whether it's. I don't hear you now.
Okay, didn't you hear me now?
Yeah, but like it's like little like.
Well, that's a shitty mute.
Yeah, it is kind of a shitty mute because like when you mute it to vape. Oh yeah, I need to talk about my vape. When you mute it to vape, like I could hear the first. Like and then it would just stop. So it's a little weird. So like I bought this, which is called the Novo. No, this is the Nord. The Nord. That the Nord and the Novo are very similar to each other, and this is a pod system. For all of the people who don't care about the vape stuff, this will be really short. But this is a pod system, but it's a cool little pod system because instead of just changing the pods when they run out, this one actually has coils, and this is another one of the pods, and you actually pop the coils out and then put it into the pod, and this actually comes with a standard mouth-to-lung coil, and it comes with mesh coils. And it actually, like, when you actually use the mesh coils, it actually puts out a decent little cloud for something this small. But I dig it. I dig it quite a bit.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So, you got anything else before we wrap this up?
No, we good, man. Shout out to the people and shout out to everybody checking us out, like Arcana and Amber and Nicole. She wasn't really in the chat, like totally, but I know she was really there. She was totally there, just trying to.
Was she on YouTube or she was in one of the other places?
She's with Amber in the house.
Okay.
So
shout out to Nicole.
Yeah, shout out to Nicole.
Word up. And again, shout out to the folks that were in the chat, Arcana, Nicole on the low, and Amber. Shout out to everyone who will be listening later. And you know, shout out to all of the people, man. Like we appreciate the people that check us out because, like we always say, you could have been doing a lot of things right now, but just spending a few minutes with us is like really fucking dope.
Yeah, you guys said. Like to all that stuff that you guys could have been doing, you were just like nope, and checked out Scarcasm.
Fuck yeah, man! And we're almost at 400.
400 is like fucking crazy. Like the longest podcast that I have seen going on, like EDG and even Flux to Post, or I'm not sure what OFR is at right now, but like a lot of those aren't at 400.
But also keep in mind that the Scarcasm shows are at 400 or almost at 400. At some point, I did different shows and I just didn't call them Scarcasm.
Right.
So like there's a few shows I'm probably already past 400. I just didn't label them under the SL number system.
So yeah, man. So you put in some work, man. Podcasting is in your blood.
No, I mean it's not even in my blood. It's just easy. Like it's not hard to do, and
Talking is in your blood.
Yes, I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. That I was just reminded about on Twitter. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but you know what? Everybody has been rocking with us for a long time, and like the people that have hit us up and like sent me messages about the show that we did with the casual conversation show that we did for the anniversary, and like all of that stuff, like that means a lot because I know that those are people who have been around for a long time, and we greatly appreciate y'all. There's going to be as soon as I can work it out, there's going to be more things like more like giveaway type stuff. More, there's going to be a Patreon, but I'm tying a lot of the giveaways into the Patreon. So like you're not just if you join the Patreon, you won't just pop into the Patreon and get absolutely nothing out of it. I'm still gonna I'm gonna add some things to the Patreon.
Yeah, I'd say like the giveaways be like Patreons automatically get 2 entries into the giveaway, you know?
Actually is going to be some of it is going to be GGR related. And that's everything under the umbrella, whether it's Scarcasm, whether it's the YouTube videos, it's the podcast, it's the paintings, it's the MC3, which is the cookies. Like I'm putting all of it in there, so that if you win something, you can win pretty much anything that is under the sphere of Scarcasm. So. Or the GGR or whatever you want to call it, but it's all under one umbrella. And even though like the Patreon will benefit the podcast the most, it still will do something for everyone else if the podcast isn't the thing that you're most excited about. You can still get in and get some free stuff.
Free stuff is where it's at.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so wrapping this up, thank you again for checking us out. And for the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm, and we're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Later, guys. Yeah, the camera shake, that was like them shaking their asses over here.
Okay. What, they twerking? They twerking for you, boy?
Yeah. Later.